ਸਤਨਾਮ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ। ਇੱਕ ਓੰਕਾਰ ਸਤਨਾਮ ਕਰਤਾ ਪੁਰਖ ਨਿਰਭਉ ਨਿਰਵੈਰ ਅਕਾਲ ਮੂਰਤ ਅਜੂਨੀ ਸੈਭੰ ਗੁਰ ਪ੍ਰਸਾਦ ਜਪ ਆਦ ਸਚ ਜੁਗਾਦ ਸਚ ਹੈ ਭੀ ਸਚ ਨਾਨਕ ਹੋਸੀ ਭੀ ਸਚ। ਗੋਬਿੰਦੇ ਮੁਕੰਦੇ ਉਦਾਰੇ ਅਪਾਰੇ ਹਰਿਯੰ ਕਰਿਯੰ ਨਿਰਨਾਮੇ ਅਕਾਮੇ। ਗੋਬਿੰਦੇ ਮੁਕੰਦੇ ਉਦਾਰੇ ਅਪਾਰੇ ਹਰਿਯੰ ਕਰਿਯੰ ਨਿਰਨਾਮੇ ਅਕਾਮੇ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। So in this Granth, Maharaj Sikh is doing to benti to in the charan of his Vidya Guru that Guru Maharaj, I have come to take your support. I have no other way that I can find, and I have, after being tired of all the ways, I have come to take the support of your charan, Maharaj, and you are very compassionate because by doing daya, you bless me with all the gyan. You are Samundar Roop, just like how the ocean is so vast and depth, it's so deep, and it's same way the Guru is full of wisdom and is so deep that the Sikh wants to take the support of the Guru, and so that the Sikh can go away from this, can swim across this sansar sagar, this duality. So Maharaj, Kirpa karo, do kirpa on me. You are so compassionate, and so that this difficult stage that I'm going through, this is such a difficult time for me. I'm not able to, I don't know how to live in this world, how to cross over this world. So Maharaj, Kirpa karo, it's been a very difficult time for me. And here Sikh is doing benti to the Guru and telling the Guru about his avastha of mind. So Sikh is saying, Maharaj, I'm like an orphanage and I'm very extremely sad. Like I'm in so much vairag. And after looking at this sansar, I'm feeling extremely scared of it. Because I know this sansar it involves birth and death. And that is scaring me. In this samundar of sansar, I'm drowning every day. Maharaj Kirpa karo so that I can cross over this. And Maharaj, what is the avastha of my mind? There is always some sort of hope going on. And which is always followed by desires. And I have so much chinta, so much worries. I'm constantly thinking about different things. One hope comes, then it's followed by another desire. This hope, desire, and the constant thinking, the constant worrying, these are like the three witches And they have captured my hirday, my yad, my remembrance. These three have captured me so badly that I'm not sure how to live this life anymore. How can I fight these three witches? Sometimes the mind is wandering in following the good deeds. Sometimes it's thinking really bad, having really bad thoughts. Sometimes it thinks really positive, and sometimes it's getting entangled in the negative talk. It's like a person who has two wives, and that husband is always in collage, always struggling with one wife, and then he fights with the other wife. Maharaj, this is the avastha of my mind. This is how the mind is. So Sikh further explains, Nadi Asa, it's like a river. And what is this river made of? It's the river of hope. And in this river, the two edges, the two kinare, are good and bad. The good karam or the good thoughts, and the negative or the bad thoughts or the bad karam. And in this river of hope, there is this water that's constantly flowing with the purpose. There is always this constant flow of purpose in the mind. And what happens in this river is there is always desires. These desires are like the waves. So Sikh is explaining through the analogy of a river. And these desires are the constant waves that come and go. And there is a whirlpool of duality, of param. And in that whirlpool, I'm constantly feeling entangled. If one desire is completed, then the another rises. So these waves are constantly happening. And there are emotions. There are jeeves in this nadi, in this river, of emotions. Sometimes I'm experiencing happiness. Sometimes there is growth. Sometimes there is sadness, anxiety, depression. All these things are happening. The chinta is like constantly flowing. All as if I'm thinking about is constant, some thought process is going on. And what is happening because of this? There is the tree of patience. It's completely getting derooted. All these desires, hopes, the thoughts process, they are removing the patience in me. And I'm not able to find contentment anywhere. Then Sikh further explains that how more about his avastha, that there are two elephants. One is the Shubh and Ashubh. So the mind is always either thinking positive or negative and thinking about the possibilities. Sometimes it's getting clarity about the things. Sometimes it thinks about so many possibilities out there, which leads to unclarity. And as if these two are elephants fighting with each other, there is constant battle going around between these two. And because of my mistake, and what is my mistake, Maharaj? That I have forgotten my Atam Sarup. Because of this mistake of mine, I'm stuck between these two elephants and I don't find a way out. I have tried so many times. I have tried all the ways in so many different methods, everything. But this mind is not becoming still. It's always wandering around. It's like as if there is this monkey sitting on a tree. How the monkey jumps from one branch to the another branch, back and forth. Even if it's sitting on one tree, it's still not still at that position. He's still moving around. Even if that monkey is trained, well trained, this is the halat of the mind that has become Maharaj, that it's just not able to stay still. Dohra. Further, Sikh is explaining his halat, his avastha to Guru, that the man is like that leaf on a tree, that whenever the wind blows, or even if there is subtle wind going on, and that leaf does not stay still, it's always wavering. That is the avastha of the man. It's always flickering, always wavering. And it's like that turtle. Now, the turtle has its own shell. However, the neck of the turtle, just how sometimes the turtle takes the neck out of the shell and then he puts it back in. That's what the man is like. In this Maya Sansar, the man is always in duality, always wandering around, just like these things. And if we look at uh, a deepak, a candle, and the flame of the candle is always flickering. And this is the avastha of my mind, Maharaj, that's always flickering like that candle. And just how naturally the very nature of, if we ignite a fire, what happens when we ignite fire? The very nature of fire is to travel towards the sky. And this is exactly the avastha of our man has become. It's always the very nature of man is to go towards the Maya. It has become its nature that through all the Indriya, the mind travels towards the Maya Padarat. And that's how the mind is always entangled, getting entangled in different desires. Now, Maharaj, I don't know that whether is this sansar sach or is this chud? Is this false? Is this mithya? Like, what kind of sansar is this? Now, it's neither such nor mithya. I'm not understanding it because nor I'm able to keep hold of this sansar. Now, if we look at our jivan too, from childhood to up until now, let's say there were different desires as a child. The mind had different desires at that stage. As kids, we liked certain toys more, but now we don't find them fascinating. But at that very moment, if you ask a child to let go of that toy, to that child, that the toy, his favorite toy would be the whole world for him. And he tries so hard to keep that toy for himself. Sometimes he refuses to share with his friends too or his siblings. But when that child grows up, the same toy, he doesn't even worry about it anymore. However, as he gets older, that toy might not, he might not even remember that toy. But there are other things that the child has started attaching himself to, such as the houses, cars, different other things. The same way when in the childhood avastha, the mind was getting so attached to the toy, the favorite toy, now the mind is getting attached to the houses, the cars, different, all these phones, technology, everything is as if grasping the mind. Now, the truth of the matter is that if you see that same toy is not here in the life, it's not giving the same pleasure. So the mind wasn't able to even hold on to that. That's how this Maya is. But in that moment, the Maya is so strong that the mind gets captured by it. But it doesn't stay still. And nor the mind is able to do tyag of it. Because we can't even go and like live in a jungle or forest. Because even if we, let's say, leave the Maya and decide to go living in a forest area, the mind is going to still do chintan of the Maya Padarth. So, what has changed other than the location or the Pehrava? So, there is no point of even doing it if the mind is still diverted towards Maya Padarth. So, Sikh says, Maharaj, what kind of sansar is this? That I'm not even able to live with it, nor I'm able to do tyag of it. It's like a snake who swallows the shrew. So this animal, when the snake is about to eat it, he puts that animal shrew in his mouth. Now, because it has the shrew has poison in it, and this shrew is Maya, it has poison in it. The snake is not even able to swallow it because he knows he's going to die. And the nature of shrew is to attack, like for self-protection, he will attack his prey or the danger. So this snake is not even able to throw up this shrew because he knows the moment he tries to throw it up, this shrew is like representation of Maya. That the moment if the Sikh tries to throw this Maya away, it's going to attack him. Like just like the shrew attacks the eyes of the snake. So Sikh says, Maharaj, this is the halat of our mind. That I'm not even able to swallow it, nor I'm able to spit it out. And this is very scary. So Maharaj, please do kirpa. I do beinti in front of you that give me some answer. So here, when Sikh is explaining, he's saying to understand this, let's say some of us have moved interstates or we have left a different country in search of better life, better opportunities. What's happening is we, with the purpose of having a betterment, better lifestyle, to achieve something, we left one location and moved, or we leave one job and move to a different one. But the constant thought process, the worrying is still not going away. If you have left your family behind, let's say you moved from a different country or different area, somehow you're still thinking about the family that's behind there. And Even if you are trying to move on, focus on your present life, still the mind is constantly going back and forth. And this is the halat of the mind, that it can't even forget the family. It's not like leaving the family or everyone behind and then moving forward, because the mind is going to still think about them. So it's like that Maya roop that you can't even swallow it or you can't even let go. So Guru gives solution. Guru gives by doing like in a very compassionate way. The Guru gives solution to the sick, that what you have to do is, you have come to my Sharan, so have faith in my bhajan. What I'm saying, what Gurbani says, have faith in Guru's bhajan. And don't wander around in duality. Don't feel scared about it. So have so much faith in Gurbani. Here, the meaning is to have so much faith in Guru Sahib, in the words of Shabad, of Gurbani, that if my Guru is saying something, I'm not going to, I'm fully going to have Vishwas on my Guru, that whatever my Guru is going to say, how to live life, I will follow that. So that is a very first step to have that. So Guru says here to the sick that have that faith in my words, that don't have any doubt in your mind. You say that your mind does not stay still. Now Guru is Jani Jan. He knows that it's not easy to conquer the mind. It's one of the toughest thing to ever do in this entire universe, and Guru knows this, that it's not easy to conquer the mind. But Guru says that you have come to me, the Sikh has come to the Sharan of Gurbani, of Gyan, and the Guru is so dayal that Guru is going to transform the Sikh. It's not an easy journey, so the Guru completely understands this. Guru says that do abhyas of Gurbani, the Ved Shastra that you read. With your Shuddha Hirday, do abhyas of that every day, not just while you are reading about it, and then once you close the Poti Sahib, you just start thinking about other stuff. Do the constant abhyas. Now, here the Sikh is still thinking that he's not capable of doing it. So the Sikh is still having doubt that I'm not able to do it. That this constant battle of chasing things, constant thinking of, I look at something, the first thing that comes to the mind is, I want that thing, or one thing is better than the other. There is this desire of constantly wanting to try new things, experiencing new things, and as if I'm not able to get this santokh in me. I'm not able to do abhyas. I do the abhyas of Gurbani, but these indriya are so powerful that they just kept, when the moment I stop the abhyas, they go all over. And then the same thing starts happening. So Sikh says, Maharaj, that's why I've come to your Sharan, that please destroy this phase of that I'm going through. It's extremely cutting. It's so difficult that as if only there was a way to conquer this mind. So Guru Maharaj says that Sikh, Now, I'm going to give you a very uttam, the most uttam way of how to conquer the mind. Now, you have a desire. So, it's a good thing that you have this desire. So, I'm going to explain that. And how can you get released from this Maya, from this bandhan of Maya? If you have this desire that you want to achieve the avastha of Paramanand, then start doing satsangat. Go to sadh sangat. And what happens in sadh sangat? Now, just like how the Sikh was explaining about the snake and shrew being the Maya example, the Guru says, I understand that's how the Maya has captured you. You're not able to even swallow it, not able to let go of it. And I completely understand. But there is a way that is called Sangat of Gurbani, the Sangat of Mahapurukhs, those who have attained the Atmavastha. When you do the Sangat, what happens is just like, let's say that snake goes near to the stream of water or river. And if that snake takes that shrew out of the mouth, next to the river, and as soon as he spits that shrew out, if he quickly jumps into the river and starts running towards, starts swimming across the other side, he can save himself. This is what the benefit of having sadh sangat, to do sangat of Gurbani, to do sangat of Atam Gyanis, help them Sikh. The sadh sangat help us in the same way, just like the snake can escape Maya in that water. Now the sadh sangat is roop of Paramatma itself. It doesn't mean Paramatma is only in sadh sangat and not anywhere else. But because the mind of the Sikh is still entangled in Maya, when the Sikh goes to the Sharan of Sadh Sangat, what he's doing is he's absorbing all the Gyan through the Sangat. He sits with these Mahapurukhs who does Abhyas of Naam Simran. And when the Sikh goes to the Sangat, while he's in the Sangat, there is Paramatma himself there. It's like that there is always water droplets in the air as well. However, we can't see those water droplets. Same way Paramatma, this Atma, Paramanand state is everywhere. But it's more obvious in Sadh Sangat. But if that water is more obvious in an ocean, now one cannot just drink the ocean water because it's so salty. So what does one need? They need some kind of water tank or sarovar where they can go and drink that water and conquer their thirst. Now it's the same water that's in ocean. However, in order to conquer the thirst, we need that water tank, that saltless water. Same way, Paramatma is everywhere. But what happens when we do Sangat of Gurbani and do Vichar or do Sadh Sangat? We come across the methods like the Juktiya, a solution, how to conquer the mind. First of all, there is Naam Simran going on. We do Path, we do Vichar, we do Atam Vichar. And what's happening is these are the methods that's been given to the mind. And in a Sangat, we go and we find out that just like how, so Mahapurushs explain in this way that when a stone is inside the water, it's slightly obviously wet at that point. The moment the stone comes out of the water, because of the air, it dries out. This is how the mind is. As long as the mind is in Gurbani, it's always, it's not getting carried away with the thought process. So the pran, the breath is happening, the thoughts occur. But if the mind is in Gurbani, that's why Maharaj gave Gurmantar. So when the mind is constantly reciting the Gurmantar, what's happening is the mind is always in Bani. And this air root thought that's traveling in the body, it does not touch that mind. That is the method that Maharaj explains, that what Gurbani does, what Sadh Sangat does. So Guru gives Upadesh that do abhyas in this way. Keep your mind always in Naam, always in Gurbani, so that even when you're doing all the things, you're talking to your family, you're talking to your friends, you're doing your worldly things, you don't have to run away from them, but your mind is in Gurbani. And when the mind is there, then it does not wander away. This is how you can conquer the mind. That's why Sat Sangat is extremely important. And Sangat is only that which talks about conquering the mind. It's not about free langars. It's not about just doing it like a checklist that Sunday I've gone to the Gurdwara, that's Sangat done. Yes, that is one Sangat too, but the real Sangat is when there is Vichar happening. When we are able to express our struggle of the mind. And when we go to a Mahapurukh, can we share with them and they give Upadesh. So this is the most Uttam Upadesh that in any way Guru can give, to keep the mind always in Gurbani, in a Naam. So Kaviji says, Guru Maharaj, you are so dayal, you're so compassionate that in simple words you have explained me how to conquer this mind. You have anyone who can come to your Sharan by giving Upadesh. You help them cross over this world. And I am your Jan, whose orphanage, because I have no other support left in this world. And you have done your kirpa so that I can destroy this dukh of mine by giving me Upadesh in a very simple way of how to conquer the mind. So Maharaj in Gurbani says as well, Anik dukh deve avra ko, पहुंच न साके जन तेरे को. That this dukh, and what is the biggest dukh? The biggest fear is of birth and death. So Maharaj says that the whole world is entangled in this fear, that I'm born and my death is coming closer. The whole world is suffering in that. But Maharaj, with your kirpa, this dukh, this worry, it does not even come close to me. because the man has become one with Gurbani, and there has the antar between the man and Gurbani has been removed. So this Jamdut, this death factor doesn't even come close to me. So Maharaj Kripa, we will take Vishram here. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.